have a lot of money. If you look at Hollywood, for example, that's where all the money goes. That and divorces. I'll keep reading. Well, they're trying to lure the sexually pure. Yep, MTV is casting for a reality series about young adults 18 and up trying to lose their virginity. The formerly relevant network released a statement that reads in part, quote, MTV is looking to frankly capture that journey in a new series called My First. We're looking for adults who are ready to go all the way. Not sure what that means. The call sheet goes on to ask questions like, why haven't you gone after this before? Are you and your boy/girlfriend interested in losing it together? Are your friends all pressuring you? Is your virginity a secret you've been keeping from your friends, family, and peers? Meanwhile, MTV has greenlit another reality show. I believe we have a preview right here. Yeah, and they just keep laughing. I tell you, what did I say, Bill? Ever since gay marriage, we're seeing more of this. We're seeing more of this.
That's like reverse mouse. You know, German Shepherds were Hitler's favorite dog. That's going to end horrifically.
David, let me ask you about this show. What do you make of it? What's your take?
I have an audition on Thursday. I don't know.
Would you actually do that?
No. I wouldn't. You know, I lost my virginity the way most guys did to my Cub Scout leader. And, got a badge. It was, just the way it's traditional.
It's traditional.
I wouldn't do it on the cameras like that. That's just in poor taste.
You never know where it's going to end up. Juliet, try to remember. Would you have taken part in this show?
No, I would not have. First of all, Greg, I know you're trying to come up with some little disgusting, sick joke about my marriages for some reason. But no, I would not.
Now I don't have to.
And I like to throw it out there, right, to get it all over with. I'm so sickened by MTV. I swear to God, I love them. They came up with Real World. They introduced me to U2. Mm-hmm. And this is so depraved. I mean, Teen Moms was one thing, glorifying. You see these little girls now on the cover of People magazine. And this is really, really sick. This is like actually criminal, in my opinion, right? Don't you think
might
so,
say
Bill?
they introduced us to U2, and then they got killed by U2.
Oh, Bill.
Oh, yeah. What?
I'm out of here.
What?
Wow.
I'm not sure that was worthy of a high five. I'm going to get back to the Real World in a minute because I think MTV has not added anything positive to the world except Eric Nies. But I'll get to him later.
Yeah,
but
MTV.
Has MTV helped create the most self-obsessed generation ever? Did they just show it?
They just showed a shot of clip.
Well done, people.
Yeah.
They've done. I don't think they've done anything to help anybody who actually watches it. It just makes you feel.
No, probably not. I mean, they gave us Eric Nies.
Yeah.
They gave us downtown Julie Brown.
Love her.
As distinct from the other Julie Brown.
Yes.
Who lived in Midtown or something.
Yes.
And, lovely girl. But yeah, this is like absolute bottom of the barrel stuff. And the questions were great. And I was thinking of how you'd answer them, and the answers to all of them were the same. It was like, why haven't you done this before? It's because I'm horribly unattractive. And it's like, well, why are you planning on doing this with your girlfriend? It's like, dude, I don't have a girlfriend. I'm writing to MTV so they can watch me fail. And then the last great question was like, do people make fun of you? It's like, yeah, so therefore I'm going to go on MTV.
By the way,
and say I'm a huge virgin.
That's an interesting point, though, Bill. That's an interesting point because we're in this age of anti-bullying, and this is almost setting up kids for being bullied, right?
It's cool. I'm sitting in a table with a bunch of communists. As the lone capitalist here, I'll say that there's nothing more awkward, depressing, and disappointing than losing one's virginity. I have read, and this is a case where one can at least make money off of it, and I'm sure probably a lot of money because it is going to be that hard to live with after it airs. So I don't know why all of you guys aren't embracing this. It reminds me of a project I once pitched in the mid-2000s called My First Time, and it was going to be written in the same flowery language and font as one would write about first losing their virginity, but it would be the first time I did heroin.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love
and that offer is still on the table for any editor that will give me cash.
Well, that's uplifting. The only thing, I kind of jumped the gun, but I always think about like what happens when you hand yourself over to a network when you're young. Because you're basically betting against your own future. You're thinking that, okay, at 20, this is my best opportunity. At 30, I'm going to be a loser, so I might as well go on the real world. And I mean,
No, I would love to go. I would have loved to go on the real world, but that's when it was like
just proved
cool
my point.
and innocent.
First of all, it was never cool.
No.
So you were never cool,
No.
apparently,
No.
because the real world was very
This
cool.
is true, but it is completely irrelevant to the point.
Well, let's talk about their first big star, reality star, which was Eric Nies. Now, Eric Nies was a good-looking guy, young guy.
Sure.
There he is. Could have been the president of the United States.
Yes.
Could have been a thoracic surgeon.
Sure.
But you know what he's doing now? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's developed a superfoods detox program called the Beauty Way, and he also advocates for better labeling of genetically modified foods. He tried to regain his former fame by appearing on Confessions of a Teen Idol. My point being is that when you peak too early, MTV grabs you, peaks you, and then drops you like garbage.
Well,
Losing your virginity is all about peaking too early. Make money off of it.
Well, I mean, Eric Nies, who you didn't mention that he was a minister in a Canadian government in the 90s, but it is true.
I left that out.
Look it up.
I will.
And that's where he was exposed to the GM poison. But the thing is that now people are basing this off of the star, the one they have now, the Snooki.
Yeah.
Who,
Snooki,
they
like a
call-
7-year-old man.
It's called Snoopy or something. But apparently she's famous for having sex with lots of people.
Yeah.
So maybe we could have somebody
a
who's
lot of-
famous for not having
And the
sex.
MTV's actually changed their slogan to "I want my STD." So update, you know, there's no music anymore.
No music, just biopsies. Just a
Just burning.
Yeah, just a painful.
You're putting that swab where? Coming up.
From virginity to volume, should we add a charge to food that makes us large? A new study out of England, a very stupid place, says the only way to beat obesity is to add at least a 20% tax to unhealthy food and drinks. Researchers make the case that a big hike would have big influence on poorer people whose diet sucks, apparently. So under their math, a $4 cheeseburger would cost an extra 80 cents, making it $17. What? Yes, says one proponent, quote, "There's some evidence that those who are poorer are more sensitive to price changes and so would experience greater dietary improvements." So basically, you'd starve the poor. Thanks, researchers. Meanwhile, the Japanese, as always, have the right idea.
Bill.
You know,
Easy.
it's a lot like me and Brian Park. You steer with your butt. Juliet,
What?
should what we eat be the government's business?
No, what we should not eat should be the government's business. Why should anything that we do privately be the government's business? If I want to drive around my...
Well, sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll leave the drugs out of it, Bill.
No, it's like about
Should not-
murder.
Well, you know what I'm saying. All these stupid things like wearing your seatbelt. If you want to wear your seat, there are so many people in this world. Overpopulation. This is my. This is
Wow,
what.
that's a cause.
This
to
is
get
the
behind.
harshest.
Yeah, I want
This
to
is how we
sign up
take
to your
care of them.
newsletter.
You want to go. You want to get diabetes. You want to increase your chances of heart attack. You want to have fast food every single day. You go ahead.
right.
Eliminate your life from the world. That's
All
fine.
right. I'm going to come out and say I'm for seatbelts. All right. Quickly, Michael, you were saying in the green room you love this idea.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great idea. Because, you know, it's the Europeans giving us ideas and the answer is to tax things more was totally shocking to me.
Yeah.
No, it's incredibly stupid. I mean, when you tax things like this, it's a regressive tax on the poor. You create black markets and burgers and drugs and things like that.
That's
You know,
how
it's a bad idea.
Exact. Black Market Burger is a great name for a place.
Yes.
David, what do you make of this?
Well, we already have a fat tax. It's called a mirror. Thank you.
There you go.
But you know what? People don't mind paying that tax, I'll tell you that. Bill, let's play a little game I like to call wasting everybody's time by asking you a question. Go.
I feel like that was an echo from Wednesday.
No, it was modified.
Okay.
Much like your humor.
Just let it resonate, audience. First, they came from me. And I said nothing.
Yeah.
Said smokers. And now they're coming for these fat people. You know, it's not too. You don't have to be lazy to help with the smokers.
I
and
just
now
want
it's
to
come
say
for
that
you.
that was the least poetic rendition of a
was-
Martin
I wanted to
Niemöller,
mix it up. I wanted to mix
His
it up.
point was, no, obese people weren't
say-
defending smokers, so why should smokers defend obese people?
Right.
Yeah,
But the point is, I got to move on. But the point is, health food is more expensive. So basically, they're pricing poor people out of food. It's insane. All right, coming up, how many words rhyme with Juliet Huddy? Juliet Huddy discusses her new book, Fuddy Duddy Study Buddy Ruddy.